Good morning. The topic of this video is this Puerto Rican wants to ask women about Kamala Harris. I already made a video some time ago giving my impression on both presidential candidates, comparing what they did or what they have done during their time in power, one as president and the other as vice president. Uh, with Kamala Harris being the deciding vote on a couple of important bills that passed Congress and then Senate, and then were signed by the president, and those things turned out to be unsuccessful. But anyways, point being is I already made a video comparing both of them. But in this video, I want to gear it towards two particular groups that I mentioned on that video. This is a follow-up, and my questions will be geared towards black women and Gen Z women in general, no matter their race. Maybe some millennial women as well. Before I ask what I want to ask to the different groups, I want to say that I am a guy that likes to follow politics. I am actually entertained and I like to learn about topics related to politics, both for the national aspect of things, with the U.S. being my nation as a Puerto Rican, and also I like to know about the politics in Puerto Rico, which is obviously, as I said, from where I'm from. So, having said that, to this day, even though I like to stay informed when it comes to politics, I still don't know much about Kamala's presidential agenda, what she would like to implement as a president if she happened to become one. And that has been made on purpose to keep her as vague as possible. But what I do know is that she has mentioned certain things that she wants to implement, but these things are things that she has taken from the Trump campaign. Now, having said that, my question to black women is, what exactly would make you vote for her? And knowing what I just said, I don't know that you could give me an answer other than she self-identifies as black. But is that really a thing that makes someone worthy of your vote, being the same race as you? Like, for example, if a Puerto Rican happened to go for president, and by the way, we are born U.S. citizens, so I don't see why a Puerto Rican couldn't go for it. I wouldn't necessarily vote for a Puerto Rican just because he's Puerto Rican, just as I am. And when it comes to black people in power, I could give you examples of one particular state, the state of Illinois, where you have had several mayors. Some of them are still mayors. One of them is not a mayor anymore. Lori Lightfoot, for example, is not a mayor anymore. But she didn't get reelected because she did terribly. And after she was taken out of the her position of power as a mayor of Chicago, came Brandon Johnson, who also happens to be black. Well, it turns out Brandon Johnson has done even worse than Lori Lightfoot, especially when you consider the fact that he's actually taking the taxpayer money, that money that you pay every year when you file your taxes for the state of Illinois, and whatever taxes you pay locally in the city of Chicago, be it by sales tax or whatever. He's taken all that money, hundreds of millions of dollars, and he, instead of investing those in the community, like the actual citizens and residents, legal residents of the city of Chicago, he's actually spending all that money giving it to foreign invaders by giving them hotel rooms, giving them food. By the way, the food that they're given is culturally appropriate food. So it's not whatever random thing they happen to have. It's like me, for example. I'm a Puerto Rican, right? So although we are U.S. citizens from birth, say we weren't, and I said, you know what? I just want to go to the city of Chicago because I know they're giving away good stuff for people that are foreign invaders. Let me go there, and we Puerto Ricans, we like something called arroz con gandules and pernil. So this is rice with pigeon peas, and pernil being part of the pig. So we love that. So now, because I'm Puerto Rican, you have to cater to my tastes. And instead of giving me some, I don't know, like ramen noodles, which cost maybe 30 cents a bag or something, no, you're giving me quite possibly a meal that costs $13 every time I eat, because you're catering to what I like. That's what they're doing. They are rerouting the money that you pay in taxes to those people. So Brandon Johnson has done even worse than Lori Lightfoot. Those are two black people. One was removed from her position because of how badly she did. And the current one is doing even worse. And then you have Tiffany Haynier. She's a mayor of Dalton Town or something like that. I don't know. Also from Illinois. She's currently being investigated by none other than Lori Lightfoot, because she has taken taxpayer money to live her best life. Let's put it that way. Making magazines with her image. She's an attractive black woman, so she likes to, show her face. Look how cute I am. And when people have come forward and confronted her about the fact that she's actually wasting taxpayer money on herself, she says, y'all black. That's her answer for it. It's like basically saying that you can't criticize me because of the fact that I am black. So I've given you 3 examples of one particular state and how they have ruined the particular area that they have had power over. I will not mention again all the things that I mentioned on my previous video about me giving my impression on Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, but if you go to that video, you would see that she has definitely, Kamala Harris has not done well for the nation. On contrary, most of what you're currently feeling, to include the entrance of millions and millions of foreign invaders, is because of her. She was put in power as the highest ranking politician to take care of this problem, and well, you're you're seeing what her politics had led to. So, anyways, now you tell me if voting for someone based on the color of their skin or alleged race is a thing that makes someone a worthy candidate for your vote. Now, I'm gonna gear it towards Gen Z women. As I mentioned with the black women, I'm pretty sure that you could not tell me. I cannot tell you myself a lot of things about her campaign, about what she wants to uh, do as a president. But what I keep sorry about that. I'm still a young man growing. So, anyways, I digress. So, I keep hearing from Gen Z women in particular that they want their right to choose, right? I'm not gonna go into all the details about, you know, what that entails, you know, the right to choose. But what I want to say is the following. As a Florida resident, I can tell you that Trump is actually not against the women right to choose. As a matter of fact, he didn't have anything to do with the fact that the Supreme Court turned that legislation to the states. So you, as a Gen Z woman of whatever state you're from, you can actually vote on whether you want your state to be one of those states that allows women to do that for any reason whatsoever. As I mentioned, as a Florida resident, I can tell you that on the ballot, there will be an option that will allow people to choose yes or no if they want to allow women to do that. You know, I'm being vague because I cannot mention the actual word for it, but do that being the right to choose. And have no restraints. Like if they want to do it because whatever, then they do it because whatever. The option is there. So I'm pretty sure your state has the same option if they haven't done that already. So with that being said, it is upon you to vote in favor if that's your one and only political issue that you think is more important than a strong economy, than safe borders, than peaceful relations around the world. I'm talking about no wars, about you possibly being sent to one of those wars because, you know, women can go fight in wars also. Now, actually, as a matter of fact, women are now allowed to be in submarines. So you tell me if you would like to go to some random war that has nothing to do with the US and be inside a submarine. You tell me if that sounds fun to you. If you prefer that, because you think that Trump is somehow involved with canceling your right to choose, that, as I mentioned, has been brought back to the state and for people to vote for, or you would rather not go to some random war, have a stronger economy, not be in a submarine, have a safe border, have peace, etc. I think the answer is quite simple. But as I said, for whatever reason, this seems to be the one topic that, to Gen Z women in particular, is the one thing that goes above all else. Makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. Now, having explained that to you, you tell me. And basically, one other thing. Gen Z women, they claim to be all about the black community. You know, they want to support them. They want to, you know, they shout that Black Lives Matter. And Black Lives Matter are important, much like Hispanic lives matter. Me being a Puerto Rican, I'm a Hispanic, so I think my life matters. Asian lives matter. White lives matter. All lives matter of those people that are actually good. Those are the lives that matter. The lives of all people that are good, no matter their race or where they're from. So you happen to be all about, you know, supporting black lives. Well, you should know that one of the reasons why the black community hasn't grown over 13% in decades is exactly because of the fact that although they do the action of reproduction and women do get pregnant in that community, their community is one of the largest communities that goes forward with the women right to choose. So in the end, a lot of black lives are not currently in existence because of that. Now you tell me if that is a just cause to follow, considering that Black Lives Matter. And also, I know that a lot of Gen Z women are supporters of the area of Gaza and the civilian people that are currently being exterminated there. So, you tell me if it is a good thing to do to vote for someone that has clearly said that she intends on giving Israel all the support they need in order to continue what they have been doing. You tell me if that's worth it for you. I think I've said enough on this video. Hopefully I have made you think. If you think that what I said makes sense, thank you for watching. Please share it. And until next time.